Have you ever seen a roo kick? Have you ever seen an emu run under the bright Aussie skies and said this year will be the one? Oi, oi, oi! What does it mean to be a part of a footy team? It's more than a game. The footy's in our veins. It's time to go. It's a Northern Footy Show. Get out of our way. We wanna see them play.
G'day and welcome to the Northern Footy Show. We're back live with that beautiful introduction, JK, by Jamie Church, our good friend who wrote it for us. Hopefully everyone can hear us. If you can't, let us know because we're back on a new system for this year. JK, it was a big week in footy. We're not going to dwell on the past too much. Tell me about your thoughts of last weekend other than my tips sucked.
Yeah, your tips did suck, mate. I'm in front of you and I didn't have a great week. Big week in footy. Obviously the big one for me was getting down and seeing Epping win the Paddy Chow Cup.
Yeah, and you tipped against them.
I did tip against them, and the boys know why. And we'll see if that happens again today. But, yeah, there's a few disappointments across. You know, obviously.
He's into it.
Who is it, Doro? 6 minutes late.
6 minutes late.
Imagine what you could do in 6 minutes, Doro.
3 times for him.
3 times for him, yeah. 6 for me. North Heidelberg, McLeod. And I had Reservoir. Over the divisions, they were probably my disappointments. But they all have their own story to why, and I guess we can dive into that a little bit later. But, yeah, it was a big week. Heartbreak for your boys.
It was a bloody good game. I take my hat off to Eltham as much as I get a lot of criticism for being, one-eyed bulls.
Yep.
But, gee, they deserved it. It's that simple, and that will probably hurt some of the Bundoora boys to hear me say that, but they finished off better, had more scoring shots. We had our chances, though. That'll hurt to lose those 4 points. But in saying that, they were much better. Then I think they're a far better side than last year already. That's a lot of youth and a lot of speed.
And that's what you need. Really good improvement. I'm a nervous boy now.
Yep. You reckon that you might be getting closer to washing that car?
Maybe. It's 4 points that were lost, but didn't lose.
Scotto's looking forward to it. I'll give you the heads up. Scotto's looking forward to it. All right, let's talk about it. I'm going to put my specs on because I'm getting old. It's a huge week in footy with all the VFL players coming back this week. So
massive
bye in the VFL, which means they all come home. JD back to South Morang. Bundoora get 3. North Heidelberg get 3. I'm sure Epping got a couple of boys. Be Coates weekend off as well.
Yeah, no, I don't think so. But I think we will get a couple back this week from the Knights.
Yes,
great. So good to have Bordeaux back.
Yep.
So,
he's a star.
Yep, very good.
I heard the Coates boys got a bit of a touch-up last weekend.
Yep.
Yeah, I spoke to Bordeaux Senior. And,
they sure did. But
anyway, good learning.
Good learning, that's right.
Now, before we get on to our tips and the rest of our normal show, I want to address a couple of things, JK.
There's a few big things floating around at the moment in Northern Footy or in all footy.
There was a big article yesterday from Benny Higgins in the local leader footy.
Great article too.
Fantastic reporter, a big fan. Now, he published an article on some fines that had been handed out, i.e. Diamond Creek, where somebody had a fine for not attending a tribunal, I think it was. But the kid had some mental health problems at that time, something along those lines. So, that's a bit crazy. We'll get to the other one in a minute. But, I'm not really sure what that's about. To be honest, it shocks me a bit, JK.
It is a big shock. I mean, with mental health being such a big issue in society at the moment. Yep. And, it has to be an issue that needs to be looked at, especially for these things. If it's going to be not an excuse, but something that can be used, as an excuse for things. Like it has to come into stuff like this. If he's got mental health issues to rock up on a Tuesday night at the tribunal, I'm sure that's a fair excuse.
This is all third-party information to me, but I don't want to say that sort of stuff happening. That's not what local footy's about. And we'll talk about that a little bit more in a second. The other thing is I want to talk to you about point system, right? So now I got a 4-pager, which is in front of us here, sent through to me on Sunday saying, Daz, point system's wrong. Can you look into it? So I tried to work it out. I don't have a format of what the point systems looked like. I requested it off the NFNL this week. I sent them an email requesting something and asked the question, is the point system right or wrong? Has there been an error? You'll be shocked. No comment.
No comment.
No comment. But in saying that, so I went through and just worked out and added it up. Now, I actually think that one club, and I'm not going to say who the club it is, or I'm not going to mention any players. That's not what we're about. I reckon one club was over. So I'm going to follow, you know what we're talking about.
Yep.
So we're going to follow this week. We're going to follow if these point systems change in this week. Now, if it's a genuine mistake, that's okay. It happens. I know you probably don't think that exactly.
Yeah, I was going to say, I mean,
I
these things.
I don't think it affected the results, which is a good thing. However,
brings into conversation.
It could be a problem come percentages
Absolutely.
at the end of the year.
Yeah.
So let's see if they change over this weekend. I've got about 8 players on my list that are in on the wrong points,
which is a big issue. And I'm sure there's more as well. If, you've only found 8, I'm sure if I looked into it, I can find a few more as well.
I wonder whose responsibility. Is it the league's responsibility? Is it Play HQ's responsibility?
Well, I mean, if we're paying, sorry, I didn't register, but there's a registration fee of $30 for Play HQ. I feel like it's on them that this sort of stuff can't happen.
No.
Someone's getting paid to look into this, and someone's getting paid well. A lot of people register. A lot of people pay the $30. So, I mean, this sort of stuff can't happen. If it's, name changes and stuff like that, and they're getting away with less points, like that's an issue. There's a few, questionable ones as well. Is it on the clubs? Is it an honesty system? Are they putting it in at the right points?
That's why I requested
it. But yeah, is it confusing? Should whoever's in charge needs to come out and explain how it works and how to put it in and stuff like that? Because with everyone changing clubs so often, it's a guessing game. I like it. Yeah, it is still a new system. It's been around for 5 years, maybe.
Yep.
So I mean,
but it's something we should really have right.
Oh, we should have right, 100%
based around it. I understand errors.
No excuses for it being wrong now.
Yeah.
And yeah, as you said, it didn't hurt the results for what we know.
Yep.
However,
it could
have. Like, there's one game that I'm thinking of, and it's only a 4-goal difference there, and if the points were that wrong, you never know. But that's a conversation.
We're going to monitor it.
Yep.
You and I are all over it.
Yep.
JK's going crazy on it as well. So we'll both have a good hard look at it. So, as I said, I did ask for a comment. We didn't get one, but doesn't matter. Let's watch this space. Now, before I get to my big apology, I've had about 10 messages saying, who you're apologising to. Didn't think it was in your vocabulary, Daz, to apologise. However, I want to speak about there's some departures from the NFNL. So young Nicholas Sacco, who's an absolute gem of a kid. Whenever I see him, he says hello. He's the most well-mannered, respectful boy. I enjoy, he's not a boy anymore, he's a young man. He's off to SEN, and I truly wish him the very, very best. He's a big loss to the Northern Footy League.
Massive loss. He's put in a lot of hard work over the years.
He knows his footy.
Yeah.
He is a smart kid. I listen to his commentary. We listen to his podcast. And he definitely knows what he's speaking about, and I take a lot from him. And I truly wish him well. And the other departure is General Manager of Football. I think it's just the General Manager of Football. Yes, Jeff Downs. Anyway, moving on. So that's that. Now, my apology, JK.
Yes, the apology.
All right. So my apology is this: I know. And whilst everyone will think through you, I didn't know through you. I found out through a third party that Epping was fined $250 by the league for me sharing my article on the Northern Footy Show page.
Well, I actually didn't know until I seen the article. So that's
okay.
Yeah.
So we didn't find out from Clubland, but so anyway, I've tried to fact check it. I haven't got the answer yet. You're going to try and find out for me as well. But if that's the case and they have been charged $250 for a fine. Now, the article was authorised by the NFNL, and I write for the Leader, local footy as well. I've only done the one article on CAF, my new best buddy.
Great article too.
He's not aware that he's my best buddy. But, I didn't share the article on the page with all of the data, with any of the information. It was just a link. I was pretty proud of my article.
I mean, so you should be, mate. It's your first one for the leader.
But if they're getting a $250 fine for that, firstly, I say that's shit. That's absolutely shit. If you're pinging a club for that really, I cop a lot of crap and I have to swallow a lot of pride with all of this stupid crap we put up with at the moment. But that is bullshit.
I think it's disappointing. Definitely disappointing.
So what I'm going to do here is I've got a ton of T-shirts over here, which I know I've got to send out in the post and start to deliver. I don't want Epping to be out of pocket $250. So what I want to do is the next 10 T-shirts I sell, I want the money to go to Epping Footy Club. So if you want a T-shirt, I'll get it delivered by JK or whoever, or myself. We will deliver it to your door. Please order 10 T-shirts off us, $25 each. You don't have to pay us, of course. All the money always goes to the club. When you send me a message and say what it is, we'll send you Epping Football Club's direct bank details.
Yep.
And I want the $250 to go to the club.
Yep.
JK,
that's what this show's all about, and that's why you've started.
My first thought the other day was this: shut the show down, because my goal was never ever to get a club in trouble. And then I thought, I'm here supporting the clubs, right? So why did we start the show? The show started, well, he probably won't mind me saying, but Bonners, had some, some issues, and he wanted to feel part of footy again. That's why we started the show, right? We interviewed players last year. The amount of feedback we got was, I didn't know this about Nathan Searle, or I didn't know this about Jaden Carney, or I didn't know this about Juddy.
Yeah.
No one knew about the love affair between Juddy and Dorso. But
I
the idea of the show is to support the clubs, because who's supporting them really at the end of the day? So who's your biggest sponsor down there? Is it Winslow?
Winslow, yeah.
Right. So, and I know Dino Strata, the owner of Winslow, but wouldn't it be great to have Dino down there or his son down there one day? And how else can you get your club sponsors out there? Or how can I get down there? Last year we did something with the girls with the footy. Epping was the first women's footy club we interviewed. I just don't see the harm in talking footy. Now, I sent 2 or 3 weeks ago another letter to the NFNL saying, guys, if you want to do something together, great. If we can coexist alongside each other, happy to do what you want to do, happy to follow your guidelines, your rules, which I thought we did last year, but apparently not. And I can't extend my hand more. We 750,000 views a month. And for me, it's all about the clubs. The league gets paid $40,000, $50,000 per club. That's your job to manage that. But free media and helping people raise the clubs, I don't get it. So what am I going to do about it is I'm going to send a letter to AFL Victoria. I have a handful of clubland people who are willing to sign it and say that they don't think it's fair that their club can't speak to an outside media company who does it for free. Like, it just doesn't make sense. I've extended my hand and I'm not extending it anymore. If you want to speak to me, NFNL, you all have my number that matter. So give me a holler. Otherwise, I'm taking it forward, because it's just not fair for the clubs. The clubs have to be here forever. I don't want to see clubs going broke. Now, there's a couple of clubs struggled to put a full side of reserves on the weekend. There's a couple of clubs that have folded their, or there's at least one I know have folded their 19s this year. There's kids coming from 19s to play reserves to make up the numbers. I think I can fill the gap with you in getting kids into footy, getting people back into footy. 750,000 views. It's not a flex, but it pisses me off. You can say I'm passionate about footy, and I know you're passionate about it because we have these off-air chats, but who am I hurting? Is this an ego problem between a couple of guys? Have a coffee. Or
sort it out.
Let's hire a ring for an hour, and I won't go an hour, maybe one round. But let's sort it out. In all seriousness, this is about local footy being heard and these clubs surviving and finding other ways to get revenue in through their doors. That's my rant. I'll move on to the more important stuff, but please order a shirt. And maybe I should go for the new general manager's role. How do you reckon?
Well, I reckon, I don't know if you get the votes, but you know what? I don't mind it.
Well,
Hey, if Trump got in, I reckon you're a big
certainly
stick.
won't get a media job. But to be fair, I wouldn't do anywhere near as good a job as Nicholas because Nicholas is a champion.
He was very good, Nicholas.
And I wish him the very, very best.
All right. Called the 2015 semi-final.
Rant over. Gary Ring wants me to be president. President of what? But I'll take it. I'll take the job anyway. And thanks, Dorso. A rare comment from Dorso. The show is fantastic. All right, let's move forward. Let's talk tips for a sec. Hang on. What happened on the weekend? Did you have a bet with someone?
I did have a bet with someone on the weekend. Matty Campbell from Mernda. Well done. He did pay up the bet as well.
What's the bet? Can I bring it up on the screen?
Yes, you can. So the bet was there it is. So if Epping win, Matty Campbell would post a photo in my jumper. It is pretty tight there, Matty. If not, if Mernda win, I would go on the show in his jumper or polo. So yeah, well done to him. I will be throwing.
Matty. He did the right thing and he finished the bet off for sure.
Yeah. And Matty has got himself a smoothie pack from BFT Hill as well. So well done, Matty. You've done well there.
That's great.
If anyone from Lorimer wants to take me up this week, I'm happy to do the same.
I don't think you'll have a lack of people wanting to get on board there.
A lack of people.
Lack of people. I reckon they'll take you on.
We'll see how we go. We'll see if they pop up.
So if Epping beat Lorimer,
they have to post a photo in my jumper.
And vice versa?
I will come on the show in whoever's jumper or their polo, or I'll do whatever they
Jimmy Atkins make this happen. Because
Jimmy's a great man.
Jimmy's not going to like this, but I've tipped them this week. We'll get to that in a second.
Beauty, just what we need. It's a Daz Moz.
I've seen Jimmy on the weekend. He's a superstar. Now, we were both runners on the weekend.
We were.
I heard you were wearing pink as well.
Yeah, I was.
Pink
Is definitely my colour.
I sported it. I showed a couple of love handles I didn't want seen, but I got to tell you, so Grossi ran me into the ground. 7.1 Ks, right, is what I ran running on the weekend. I think he was just sending me out in the end for fun. But he was, sorry, I'll get rid of that. Good point. He ran me hard. I was cooked, backed up on the Sunday for Run for the Kids. Did the 4.8 K there with the bride. We went down and we did it. Can't believe I'm going to say this aloud, but she actually knocked me off. I'm not shocked. She beat me, and I've got to tell you, I was struggling a bit the next day. Once again, I'm not shocked. She got up the next morning and did it all again. I'm still sore, but anyway, no, that's all good. So yes, good bet. Put your hand up, guys. Make a comment, say something, recommend someone that should be taking JK on, aka Kane Corns, is what everyone's saying. There's a bit of that going around. There's a bit of that going on. All right, let's talk footy tips. We're going to go through. We're going. So Div 1, mate. You tipped 1. I tipped 3. Division 2, you tipped 4. I'm a shit ass tipster. Yeah, apparently. I tipped 3. Division 3, you tipped 3, and so did I. Put your tips up here as we read them out. Tell us who you're going for. But let's jump into Divi 1. Let's go. All right, North Heidelberg, Bundoora. Bundy by 2 points. Now, I'm copping a bit of grief for tipping Bundoora every week. Let me help you out here. Every week I'm tipping Bundoora, even against Heidelberg. The Bulls are the Bulls. I'm one-eyed, and I'm going. But I honestly believe Bundy can get this done by 2 points. Both sides bring in 3 VFL players each. It's pretty big. I mean, VFL buy opens it up a lot. Yep. However, it opens it up a lot more for North Heidelberg, because after their disappointment on the weekend, they'll come out and they'll win by 40 points against you blokes. 40 points. All right, I will go grab your pen. While he's grabbing a pen, someone get on here and challenge JK. I want him to wear that Lorimer jumper so badly. Dorso's gone north. Mitch Antonello, I'm looking forward to the Heidelberg West Epping bet. I know a few blokes would be keen. Mitch might take you on himself. Mitch is a ripper guy. He's a ripper. So, he met with Epping as well. He should have signed with us. Did he? Yes, I didn't know that. Look at that. I like it. Deer Park copped a flogging on the weekend. 150 points smashed by the mighty Keilor. So anyway, let's not lose. What did you say? 40 points. 40 points North Heidelberg. This is a tough one for me because I love the Bulls. That's obviously where I'm at. And played for North, but I really can't probably lose. So it's the Daz Cup. Is that what you're saying? Is it wrong to name a cup after yourself? No, absolutely not, mate. I reckon it's fine. So it should be the Elmsey Compt Cup. What do you reckon? I like it. Get that over right. Okay. Rhonda, you did a lot of running in the pink. I did, Rhonda. I was hurting. I seen that message too the other day. All right, Monty South Marine. I got Monty 36 points. I had Monty 37. South stiff on the weekend, obviously a few injuries, but getting their VFL boys back this week, I'm expecting a big performance.
However, Mont, after dropping the game to Banyul, I think they'll come out firing at their home ground.
I don't know if Nash Holmes is back, but if he is, that'll be a giant difference.
Yep.
He's a start. All right, Greensy, Banyul. I was really impressed by Banyul on the weekend.
I told you they were
really
coming.
Got that wrong. You're right. You're absolutely right. The fact that I tip one tips probably
Says
a
a bit.
point that I don't know jack shit. But I've got Greensy by 7 points.
Greensboro by 18 for me. They were very
Okay.
good on the weekend, knocking off Hurstbridge. So
yep, Dorso's got Monty.
Good to hear. Go
got
Doro.
Ditch
He's
once
really
the board spilled. Mitch has gone 80 points for thing. Banyul, Dorso, very good. All right, Eltham, Hurstbridge. I've got the Destination Club, the Hurstbridge. That's what I call them, the Destination Club. 24 points, but I was super impressed by Eltham. Super impressed. And I reckon Bongo is one of the nicest guys going around.
Yeah, he's a legend.
Kai Turner had a ripper as well.
Good
Came
to
up
hear.
from Divi 3.
Good to hear.
Had a really good game. All right, who you got?
I have Hurstbridge by 10.
Ooh,
Close one because I do think Eltham will go well at their home ground.
Yeah,
so I
definitely
think,
improved. Hard to beat a Panther place.
Yeah.
I agree with that.
Very good.
And then Heidelberg versus West Preston. Was pretty impressed with West Preston the other day. But Heidelberg, I've got 69 points. I have a feeling you're going to go mental.
Well, I mean, if they've got VFL players coming back, are they going to play them in the reserves again? Is my question. Because they had VFL players playing the reserves, which is wild.
Mm-hmm.
I've tipped Heidelberg to win by 100 just because no one's going to get close to them. Pack it up.
Feels that way.
What's the point of playing Div 1 anymore?
Yeah.
Like, you can't win it.
The funny thing is, they're not one of the clubs we're talking about with the points problem.
Nah, they've got no problem.
Way under. They were perfect.
Yeah, well, they're way under on the points and way over
on the score.
Yeah, score. That's what I was going to say.
Yes.
Score.
I know you're heading there. Score, definitely
Sweet.
score. All right, let's move Division 2. Thomastown McLeod. I was very, very disappointed in Thomastown. I thought they would have. Patton Hill said, "Shut up, Des. You don't know what you're talking about." Everyone's actually saying that, JK.
Yeah, well, I thought Tomo were going to be better as well. Taron Thomas will be playing in round 3, so not sure who they play.
Locked, is it?
That's my announcement there. He'll play in round 3. Thank you to the mail that I've been getting.
Cheapers, that's good, mate.
McLeod were also disappointing, though. I know Dymo are the hot favourites, but yeah, they were a little bit disappointing.
I've gone McLeod 32.
Yeah, McLeod by 51.
51. Good unit, McLeod.
They'll bounce back.
From our little reporter at the ground, they stuck with them all day. Diamond Creek just ran away a bit at the end.
Yep.
But that's all right. Live and learn. Then St Mary's, Panton Hill.
Big game.
Whilst I would have generally said St Mary's 50 points, I've said 18 points because Panton Hill have showed they got something that no one's driven up the hill far enough to see. So 18 points.
So you're lucky, but Panton Hill are playing away this week, so St Mary's by 50. It's almost like 50. We didn't set that up. That's perfect, though. I like that.
I like that. That's pretty good.
Yeah.
No, we never.
We actually don't
each other.
We don't even talk to each other during the week.
It was just we get here and it's
that's it, straight in.
A few other tips coming in there. Dorso, Heidelberg.
Doro really wants his BFT.
Does he?
This week, I can tell he's going hard today.
I need to get there too. Scott Ditcham, Hursty, and Peter Dawson's just punching out tips. McLeod, St Mary's, fantastic. Dorso, I love it.
Love it.
Diamond Creek, Lower Plenty. Should we get Dorso in here one night?
Yep, make sure I'm
He's
not
a
here.
spectator. He can come in.
I think I think he's got an official team manager role.
Does he?
So he cannot.
Yeah, you're out of the picture there.
And
Dorso.
if you don't, I'm making it up too.
Right,
so you're not
okay. Diamond Creek, Lower Plenty, easy one. Diamond Creek, 27 points for me.
Diamond Creek, 60. I've just had a message from the boys. My God, Doro's spelling is so bad.
Don't worry, Pete. Mine's equally as horrific because I'm getting corrected by
your glasses
JK,
on, Doro.
the teacher, every day. All right, Whittlesea, Watsonia, 101 points. Whittlesea, I've got.
You've beaten me. I've got Whittlesea by 92.
92 for JK. Watsy, bit disappointing on the weekend.
They were disappointing. That's a big loss.
Don't want to upset them because
I don't care.
Benny Higgins home. Yeah, but and I know they're trying, and I love cuts down there. And young Jasper Tucker, big fan of him. Tried to steal him this year, no success.
Well, maybe you'll get him next year if they go to Div 3.
I'll get him in round 3. Righto. So Northcote Park, Old Paradians. Again, impressed by both. Northcote Park, 17 points.
I had Northcote Park by 30. OP went better than I expected.
Yep.
Good from them.
That's what they
just got to stick with it.
Now, before we go into Division 3, the highly anticipated Division 3. Want to just put this little banner up. Diamond Creek run one of the best nights of the year, and it is their MND night, right?
Yep.
So they have a huge MND night, Friday, 30th of May. We should be there commentating as long as the laws don't come down and prevent it.
Forgot about them.
But we should be there commentating on the boundary. Might have special guest Matthew Bonadea as well.
That's huge.
So that could be good.
I believe we may be going down.
We need 300 likes.
Okay, we're not at
300 likes.
Yeah.
We're not going down the thing.
Down the
Will
slide.
you hold hands with me going down the slide?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Absolutely, mate.
It's going to be cold, mate.
Doesn't matter you're getting as long as you're getting it. I'm happy to hold your hand.
All these kids were jumping in last year, but that's a ripper night. So we're going to be all over that. I'm going to start promoting the living daylights out of that. Fantastic. Run by the junior club as well.
That's awesome.
Which are great people. It was a huge night. Ray Shaw's there. I think there's a couple of other big ones. I seen Cooter was promoting it yesterday, which is awesome. And the other big one, while we're talking about it, Beyond Blue Cup coming up. That date is wrong. I'll put the right date up in a couple of weeks. I think it's 2 weeks later or 3 weeks later. Elmsy will probably jump on if he's watching and tell us when it is. We still need players for the Diamond Valley Legends side. Anyone that wants to play, bring your wife on the field, your son, your daughter, whoever you want to do, come out and have a kick. It's a fun event, no hard tackling, and it's just going to be great for raising funds for all of the right things.
I reckon I'll kick it back.
You going to play? You going to go out?
Yeah, absolutely. I've got the mic on. I'll play with the mic.
I'm gonna umpire now.
You?
My hammies are gone.
You better look after me.
Yeah, I'm not leaving the centre square. So once you're out of eyesight, I just blow and get the ball back to the centre. All right, Division 3. Whew, this is a big one. Now, Fitzroy Stars did a good job the other day with Lorimer, but Lorimer was with them.
They did, even with Paddy Farron too, kicking 7. That was big.
What an in. To get Paddy Farron in is
great in, isn't it?
It's huge.
Not many VFL players allowed to play in Div 3.
Is that right?
Well, they seem to play Div 1.
They don't have the rules.
Oh, no, there's no rules. I just think it's awesome to see him come from Port Melbourne to Div 3.
Yes. Oh, yeah.
You know, so, and kicking 7.
Yep.
If he plays, 10 games, there's 70 goals.
That's pretty big. Now, I'm nervous about getting to the Heidelberg West one, but we'll get there. All right, Fitzroy Stars I've got by 27 points over Mernda, who will probably need a win soon because they could be 0-2.
And I did tip them 0-3. Do you remember that?
Yeah, I do.
Awesome.
I actually do.
They do have Lorimer next week.
I thought you were on crack then. But
no, I'm off it now.
Right.
Fitzroy Stars by 60. I tipped just because the VFL players are back.
Yeah.
Mernda were still impressive on the weekend.
Yeah.
Just Epping were better. Fitzroy Stars by 10 goals.
He's still winding yours in.
Yes, he is.
All right, so Fitzroy 10 goals. I think that's probably fair from what we've seen on the scores last week. I just think Mernda will bounce back a bit here, but 27 points to the Stars, especially VFL gates are open there.
Yeah.
All right, Ivanhoe, West Heidelberg. Now, West Heidelberg, I know you think I give you a bit of a rough run, but let me tell you straight down the camera. I will come and buy dinner there next Thursday night. I will sit in your club and have dinner and buy 1 or 2 people at the table dinner and publicly say on the show, I got West Heidelberg wrong if you beat Ivanhoe this weekend.
I love this. I love it, mate.
So I'll come down. Whoever sits on my table and has dinner with me, I'll buy your parma or your spaghetti on the night, and then I'll do a little live video. I probably can't do a live video from the club, but I'll come on here next Wednesday night and say West Heidelberg are the real deal.
That is huge.
Just got to knock them off. And come on, Mitch, I'm waiting for the comment or waiting for one of the boys to
give
us
something. The boys were pretty lippy from Heidelberg West earlier in the year.
There was a lot of lippiness.
They got in a bit of trouble in their group inbox, so I don't think they'll be saying much.
Oh, really? Oh, shit. Okay. All right, 33 points. I've got Ivanhoe to beat West Heidelberg.
I had 35. So we're on the same track today.
I had to pull in. Maybe I'll.
Heidelberg West were pretty impressive on the weekend, though.
They were. Look, but, you know, this is where I got in a bit of strife. I said, who do they really beat? Turtles lost 10.
You said whoever lost that game and finished second last.
And I'm sticking with it.
All right, good to hear.
Absolutely sticking with it. So, but if you come out and you roll Ivanhoe, I'm going to eat my hat on here, and I'm literally going to come out and buy a couple of years dinner on a Thursday night. I hope it's chicken from that General Chicken Co shop, mate, because that is the best chicken going around.
That's some seriously good work there. That's good.
Did you like that?
Yeah, well played, boy.
You like the boarding? If I could just find the General Chicken Co one I was trying to bring up, top corner, there we go. General Chicken Co right up the top. I can't work out where the camera is.
It's there. Yeah, you got it.
But Geez, a ripping guy. Just before we go on to the next one, a couple of fantastic sponsors I got to mention because tell you what we did with these sponsors last week. So Waytech Rendering, his young boy, Luke Casser, played at Hurstbridge Debutant, 17 years old, kicked a couple of snags.
A couple of videos posted on TikTok
his old
about
man
him as
wasn't
well.
too shabby either.
Yeah.
Mate, when you pulled in before, I actually thought your car was rattling a little bit, making a noise. So what I need to do is send you down here to Diamond Valley Auto Care. Go down. How are we going with our live reads?
You're going all right. Now I'm actually worried about my car, though.
No, I didn't make a noise. Ash Garraway, go down and see Ash at Diamond Valley Auto Care, sponsored the show. Now, these boys give us a little bit of sponsorship, right? I tell you where the sponsorship went last week. There was 2 families struggling to pay for their kids' fees. I got a phone call. Same guy rings me every year, says, Daz, any chance you can pick up a couple of fees for these? Boys, we paid kids' fees. That's what the Northern Footy show's about.
Unreal.
Right? People struggling. Parents didn't ask for it. They knew they were struggling. One phone call. Done.
Done.
All right?
Man of the people.
That's where your money goes.
The people show.
That's where your money goes. Right? So, perfect. Same with the T-shirts. All right, let's get on to the next one. Did you like how I just slotted that in? Very well done, Daz. All right, Eltham Collegians Reservoir. I've tipped the Mustangs by 7 points. Rowan will get the boys home.
It'll be a tight one at the Dome. I've got Old Eltham by 6.
Ooh, it's going to be a blinder.
I had a message today from one of the Reservoir players just saying that they haven't gelled together yet. Expecting to come a little bit better towards round 4 or 5 once they've all played together. Barden, I think he may be in this week.
Okay, good. That's a huge in.
Yep, so they might get up to 65 points this week. They'll play at 65 points if they get Barden in this week, I think.
Yep,
so that'll be
70.
huge.
Good. All right, so we get him in. That's cheeky cane corn stab there. You do it well, though.
Thank you.
You do it very well.
That's why I'm here.
Do you know, not that you are the last person that needs their tyres pumped up, but do you know your post where we announced JK was joining the show is still the biggest post of the year? That worries me. How many girls have you burnt on Tinder that are stalking you here now by a hair?
Well, they're hopefully not to. I mean, hopefully they're watching the show, but I'm doubting it. I'm doubting it. If I stop replying at one point, I don't reckon they're watching.
Oh, my Lord. All right, get your tips in. All right, so Kinglake, Laylaw. Now, I don't know where Kinglake's at. I really don't know. They had to buy last week, so this is their first game. They'll come out with heaps of vigour. Laylaw got an absolute shellacking by the guys at Kilmore, who are a very serious side, who also have the bye this week. I've gone Kinglake by 19.
I went Kinglake by 50.
50. It's your second 50.
I know, not bad.
All right, I think they should, but if Laylaw is going to get close or get the chocolates in a game, this is one of those games.
It'll be hard. Kinglake so good at their home ground.
Yeah, that is true. They really lose.
Yeah, it'll be tough, but also it's a ground where they'll get closer because it's going to be tough to score.
Yeah.
The conditions up there last year when Epping played against them was horrific.
It's going to be a beautiful day too.
31.
Brian Moore's tipped in with the Creekers. He's tipped the Creekers, which is great. Liam Patterson. Can we talk about the player points in Div 3? You can talk about whatever you want. I want to hear it, but I don't want you to talk about the names because I don't want the comments going up on the names. I don't think that's fair, but I absolutely want to talk about it. But we did at the start of the show. So if you go back to the start of the show when we finish, Liam, it'll go on replay. We really covered the points, but
they'll be looking into it, Liam, and they may be changing this week. So we've got a list of 8 or 9 that we'll be keeping tabs on. So just in short,
I'll tell you what though, Big Footy. Are you on Big Footy?
No,
I am. There's some highly intelligent people on there, and I'm not being smart. People know their footy on Big Footy. Like there's some seriously amazing comments on there.
Most of them are living in their mum's basement and just sitting there on Big Footy, mate. That's why. They haven't got much else to do. But in saying that, it is very good. I love the
comes the hate mail. It's got to flow through. All right, let's get to the last game. Epping v Lorimer. My little protege, Jimmy Atkins, he said, Daz, I seen him Saturday, and he said, don't you tip me. Don't you tip us. I'm like, well, Jimmy, I have to. I can't.
You have to?
I think you will destroy Epping this weekend by 7 points.
I was going to say, I can see you've picked 7.
7 points. I think Lorimer get home.
It's a big call. I mean, considering Epping's big win, Lorimer went down to Stars.
Well, whoever wins this finishes second.
Yeah, that's a good shout. I agree. I've tipped Lorimer by 6.
You tipped Lorimer again. You've tipped against Epping again. Who's out this week that we need to know about early? Break the news here.
No, I've actually got probably 3 in.
3 in?
Yeah.
Right.
I can't tell you who, obviously, but
right.
Yeah, Juddy's moving all right. He might be back.
Alfonsi best on the weekend.
Wow, I'm glad you brought this up.
Yeah.
Because Alfonsi was given the medal. He wasn't even the best player in his matchup.
Really?
So I don't know who gave that. They might have watched the last 10 minutes.
Also, if you got the news for us.
Jordan Wilkins is probably the best player on the ground by a long way.
Right, okay.
So,
robbed.
Yeah, I'll say robbed. And they're best mates too, which made it even better in the presentation.
They're bragging rights. I'll get footy cards done for both. That'll even them up. All right, so that ends our tips for the week. I know we've covered a little bit. It's gone a bit longer than normal, 35 minutes. We try to keep it. All right, a couple other things before we finish. Around the grounds, we've got 17 guys sending me text messages. This guy was great. This play was great. I thought this person was best on ground. I love it, guys. If you want to send me those tips and you don't have my number, a lot of guys are hitting me up through Messenger. You can hit me up through Messenger on the Northern Footy Show or on my private Facebook, or ask for my mobile number or something. I'm happy to share it. None of JK stalkers, but anyone else can ask for it. And same with JK. He sees what I see on the Northern Footy Show stuff. So thank you so much, because without you guys sending that information in, it's impossible for me to get to more games than that. You're obviously always over at Epping. That helps. But I have another Epping guy. Not going to tell you who it is. You'll never guess. Let me scroll. And I've also got also had a Mernda guy on the weekend sending me stuff, which is great. Everywhere. I love it. And some people reached out and said, can we send you our best? I said, absolutely. Send me anything. It's the people's channel.
Well, that's what you want to do. Just post the results and the best players and stuff like that. I love the write-ups. They're really good. Insightful. So it's good for footy. It's good for the Northern Footy League.
Yep. They take me about 3 hours on a Sunday morning.
You've got way too much time on your hands. But
it's I wake up early is the problem. So Beyond Blue, we spoke about the game. I'll get the date fixed for that for next week. MND coming up. Please grab a T-shirt. Inbox us. Get Adrian Alfonsi on the show. I can't. He's not allowed. I wish he was. He'd be sitting here right now justifying that he was best on ground. Please buy a Footy Show T-shirt. Something like this. There's 5 or 6 over there. I've got to deliver Roy Smith.
Yeah,
I'll send one up to Mutsy.
I'll deliver that for you. Yep. It's in Epping, so I'll get him tomorrow.
Do you know Roy Smith?
Yeah, I do know Roy Smith.
It's right there. That one, that blue one. Smitty is on
Cricket Club.
Yep. He's a good cricketer. Don't think he loves me all the time.
Same.
Yeah, but he's got a lot of fight in him. But I love Roy, and his son's a superstar as well. Great guy. So yes, thank you to all those guys putting it. Thanks to our sponsors. We're going to start covering the Masters now as well. I'm going to get down to training next Wednesday night. After this, straight down, watch the boys at Shelley Park, do a couple of interviews. The president of the AFL Masters Association has welcomed us in, embraced it, come down. That's
awesome, man.
Get an interview.
Great for footy.
Great for footy. A great idea that would be. So we're down there, and I think that pretty much covers us. Tanner Pearce. Oh, yes, Tanner Pearce. I think he deserves your BF, whatever you call it. What is it? BFT award. I'll tell you what, Tanner Pearce is our most engaged person on here. So it came up the other day saying, Tanner Pearce, he is your most engaged person. Tanner, we love you. Fantastic. I'd love to get him on the show, Fitzy, to talk about it as well. But I think that's our show. Have you got anything else to add, or?
No, not much. It was right on cue then. I just got a message from Tanner about the footy show.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
he just came up there. Okay.
He's going well. Good to see. Good to see he was playing ones on the weekend as well. About time.
Awesome. All right, guys. To next week, keep kicking goals.
Have you ever seen a roo kick? Have you ever seen an emu run under the bright Aussie skies and said this year we'll be the one? Oi, oi, oi! What does it mean to be a part of a footy team? It's more than